Good evening and welcome to Fine Point, where no narrative is sacred, no media hoax is safe, and we zero in on the big picture. I'm your host, Rion.
I wouldn't have picked Vice President Trump to be vice president, but I think she was not qualified to be president.
Take it from President Biden. Picking your vice president is important. The Republican convention is right around the corner, and there's a lot of speculation on who President Trump is going to pick. And we hear he's already decided. Who Trump picks this time is definitely more than a bucket of warm spit, as FDR's Vice President Garner once belittled. Who President Trump picks this time is consequential and imperative to his return to 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. This past week, Democrats, Hollywood, and the mainstream media have been pleading President Biden to step aside after a disastrous debate, which put Uncle Joe's well-being under the spotlight, literally, and last night's big boy press conference also did not exactly help either.
Look, I wouldn't have picked Vice President Trump to be vice president, but I think she was not qualified to be president. So let's start there.
Several Democrats have signaled they're ready to back Harris. She's younger, sure, but can she lead? Can she step up? That is what a vice president is for. One that, if God forbid anything happens, they're ready to step in as president and lead a nation. But this duty, when put into a question, the vice president simply cannot answer it.
Joe Biden is our nominee. We beat Trump once, and we're going to beat him again, period.
Are you ready to lead the country if necessary?
I am proud to be Joe Biden's running mate. Thank you.
President Trump, ready to ride back into the White House, will pick someone who can step up to at the drop of a hat. And who knows how to answer that question. From governor and savvy businessman Doug Burgum to senator and foreign policy expert Marco Rubio to firebrand fighter Congresswoman Elise Stefanik to populist champion of hillbilly elegy fame Senator J.D. Vance. And that is just to name a few that have been considered and openly discussed. They are passionate, experienced, and most importantly, ready to step up and serve. But only one of them will be capable of carrying on President Trump's legacy of America First at home and abroad. This pick will not be any old pick for vice president. The vice president is no longer in the modern age a placeholder. It is a far more active role, a role that requires them to work alongside the president in matters of governing and creating a message and platform for the nation. Since President Trump is constitutionally limited from serving another term if elected in November, his VP pick will most likely be the 2028 GOP nominee. With that, they have to be mindful, if fortunate enough to be chosen, that Trump's base simply doesn't gravitate towards just anyone. These choices for Veep need to make sure they have the ability to speak to Trump voters, to bring in new voters, and to make sure America First is here to stay. After all, establishment is waiting in the wings to continue to take this away from them. President Trump, in his bid for re-election, has done what no other Republican predecessor did ever. President Trump reached out to all walks of life, all shades and colors of people, whether they lived in the city or the rolling hills and fields of rural America. President Trump made clear this cycle that America First means all Americans first. All while fighting through a corrupt DOJ and the coastal elitist media trying to take him down. He is in it to win it. His VP pick has to reflect that drive and match that drive. He can't pick a Selena Myers as his Veep. Trump cares about this country and the future, which is why he is back in action to get us back on course in the first place. He could have stayed retired, relaxing in beautiful Mar-a-Lago. He doesn't have to do this. But his countrymen called and he answered. He needs a fighter by his side, someone who is a loyal and fierce fighter, who is willing to put in the work to unite and grow the GOP heading into November. His vice presidential pick is his most important apprentice pick of all. Trump's legacy and the future of this nation depends on it.
For all our viewers asking where One America News is heading in the future, we would like to introduce you to OAN Live. OAN Live is the best way to stay up to date on all of the hard-hitting, straight-shooting, national and international headlines. And the best part is, OAN Live is only $4.99 per month. All the credible, honest, unbiased reporting One America News offers at a fraction of the cost of cable. Just go to OANN.com to easily sign up for OAN Live and stay informed.